So there was a 20th anniversary PlayStation 4. I believe it was different among the regions, and it was what, like $500, I believe.
5 or 6 retail.
I think it was 5 retail, and it's gray. Looks like the original PlayStation. It was pretty cool, but they were hyper limited, and now they're going for what? How many? How much? What are they currently going for? An insane amount.
$2
of money?
grand. They're trying to go for on eBay.
Really, that's insane.
And there's been 12. I think that 12.3K of these produced. So over 12,000 of these systems. Your eyes just wide. Over 12,000, I believe, is the production run of these 20th anniversary. Well, 20th anniversary of the PlayStation 1 PS4s.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess they couldn't put out 20th anniversary of the PS1s. No one would buy them. Actually, I'd buy one, but anyway. So it's interesting. What's interesting about this? The fact that they've jumped up in value so much. The fact that people don't realize that 12,000 is a lot of a production run for the value to get bumped up that much.
Yeah,
is it people just being impatient again? Like every week we're talking about this, people just being impatient buying these things when there's more on the way. You know?
Yeah. As a record collector, I always pay attention when a record is coming out in any sort of limited form, or if it's a re-release. They'll usually tell you how many units are getting pressed, and since record collecting is pretty niche, if it's more than 3K, I know that I can probably get one. If it's 5K, I know I can definitely get one. 12,000 of these is not a shitload, but I don't believe it's enough to really bump the price up to $2 grand.
Sure, and this is not something that could be taken advantage of easily, at least, by scalpers, because 500 or 600 each is a lot of capital to put into some of this, and it's a much bigger risk than even say when the Wii came out and that was $200.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? This is a lot more difficult to say. All right, I want to try to get all the ones I can. First of all, it's a much limited, more supply, but now I got to invest like $4 grand to get 8 of these. That's a lot different than saying I'm going to invest 800. You know what I mean? To get 4 Wiis when they came out back in like 2000. And 6. Well, I can't do my math right. 1600.
Yeah, I mean that's a for scalpers to be doing that. That's a pretty big risk, and I guess right now it's paying off. But I don't know. It's not like 500 or 1,000. I mean, 12.3K is.
Yeah, there's a lot on eBay right now. There's a ton on eBay. It's almost like everyone's that has bought one is just to flip it. There's a lot on eBay. It's not like there's 20 on eBay right now. I'm easily looking. There are at least 4 pages of them, so that means there's at least 200 on eBay.
And that's kind of when you know that your attempt to buy and flip has maybe gone south, is when you suddenly start seeing a ton of them up on eBay. Now, if in 4 months there's only a couple here and there, then they might start going for more. But
But this is probably one of those items that's always flipped. No one. How many people are going to buy the PS4 20th anniversary just to play it? Honestly,
my coworker almost did. He already had one, though, but literally he was hovering over the button, and I'm like, dude...
How much was he willing to pay?
No, he had a chance to get one, like...
Out of retail price?
Yeah, I think you had to, I don't know how you got them. I think you had to order them directly from Sony. I actually don't know, but he said he was ready to click, and it was 500, and I said, that's stupid. He's like, well, it looked cool. I'm like, yeah, but you already have a PS4. You don't need one.
Well, were these available? You said they were just direct?
I don't know. I'm guessing. Or at least some were available online, because he was talking about how he was going to buy one on the internet.
Oh, they do look cool. They're silver, they're a little bit thicker.
Yeah, but I mean, you look at your system once in a while. The free PlayStation 1 theme that plays the startup every time you go back to the menu bar is way cooler. It does. It plays the original PlayStation startup every time you go back to the menu. It's pretty neat. But yeah, it's interesting to see these. I don't know. It's like everyone wants everything to be fucking collectible these days.
Well, we saw this with the Zelda Hyrule Warriors limited edition in New York. We're talking about this every week now, that how people are turning these things into collectibles. Even with the amiibos, they're trying to turn the harder to find ones into collectibles. Anything that's new can be made in more quantity. That's why I want to stress that anything new can be made in more quantity whenever they want. Even if they say it's limited, they can come out with more. I
still don't necessarily think they will. I know they can, but I don't agree with you that they will. I mean, how often have we really actually seen that? At the same point in time, I just don't think that everything's a collectible.
Well, no, that's the other thing. Obviously, that's up to the person buying it. If you think this is collectible, it's a variant system that you want, so it's collectible to you, sure.
If it's collectible to you, right, but I just mean in the true sense of rarity with worth.
Well, no,
none of this.
It's insane to think that 12,300 or something produced would be worth $2,000 each. That makes no sense economically at all versus the amount of people that actually would be willing to pay that. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
this could be another one sort of thing where you said before, like the ET carts, that wait until the fervor dies down and then see where it falls. Then maybe you can buy one at a more reasonable price.
Well, let's see. You do the math on this because I'm bad. There was a limited record that was pressed in 10,000.
10,000. Okay.
It was $40.
$40.
It regularly goes for 70 to 100 now, so let's just call it 85.
I clicked on my clock by accident. Okay.
What kind of markup is that?
That's 100%. 40 to 80 is 100% markup.
Okay, so then what's the markup on these?
This would be times 4. That'd be 400% if it's 2,000.
Okay, so yeah, double the markup on it compared to something like a record.
So maybe we can see it drop down to 1,000
yes.
if you really want it at that point. So you don't want one, Ian? Should I get one?
They're neat.
Should I trade in my my
Danny Sullivan's Indie Heat?
No. I wasn't going to say that. I was going to say my Don Con Jr. math. I was going to say that.
Fuck off.